Hundreds of chemicals are used in day-to-day activity and workers are exposed to these chemicals. Safety measures to be followed while handling chemicals. Identify the type of the chemicals, whether it's harmful or dangerous, and check the signs and specifications before use. Use appropriate personal protective equipment such as safety apron, hand gloves, and respirators before handling any chemical. While handling liquid nitrogen, use face shield and full body apron to avoid skin contact. Conduct hazard identification and risk assessment before using any chemical. Ensure that all chemicals are labeled as explosive, flammable, oxidizing, corrosive, or environmental toxicity. Do not keep the chemicals on the floor and unclosed. Store the chemicals in well-ventilated area. Store the flammable chemicals in yellow color storage container. Use secondary containment to store chemicals such as diesel, oil, paint, and thinner and maintain their storage limit. Do not inhale or inject any chemicals as they cause hazardous reaction on contact to the body. Do not drink, eat, or smoke while working with hazardous chemicals. In case of chemical contact, inform your area first aider or supervisor. Prevent mixing of oil into rainwater drains and clean the chemical spills immediately. Dispose the harmful chemical container in a safer way. Maintain the Material Safety Data Sheet (MSDS) to learn about the chemical specifications. MSDS includes details such as chemical name, physical characteristics, fire and explosion data, dangerous properties, precautions for safety handling, reactivity data, first aid and firefighting measures, transportation and disposal information. Keep all the MSDS in the first aid box of the respective region. All the employees should follow the safety rule while handling hazardous chemicals to create an accident-free zone.
Here is a 7-step chemical spill response procedure to manage spills safely and effectively. First up, identify the spill. Knowing exactly what you're dealing with is crucial. Immediately check the safety data sheet, or SDS, for vital information on the chemicals hazards and emergency procedures. If the SDS isn't available, use any visible cues like container labels or the substance's physical state to make an educated guess. Next, protect yourself and others. Prioritize personal safety by wearing the right personal protective equipment or PPE. If necessary, evacuate the area and set up a safety perimeter to keep others out. Now, stop the spill at its source. Close any valves, seal leaks, or upright containers to prevent more chemicals from escaping. Always prioritize safety over speed. If the situation escalates, call in professional emergency responders. It's time to contain the spill. Use physical barriers like berms or absorbent booms to keep the chemical in one area. Deploy overpack drums for smaller or leaking containers to prevent further spread. After containment, minimize the impact. Properly handle and dispose of hazardous waste and use ventilation to manage vapors if the chemical is volatile. Now, clean up. Select the appropriate cleaning method based on the chemical's nature. Remove all contaminated materials and verify the area is free of hazards. Finally, decontaminate. Clean any exposed skin and equipment and ensure the environment is restored to safe conditions. Affected personnel should seek medical evaluation as a precaution. By following these steps, you can ensure safety and minimize environmental impact.